Hi, this is Zach here with the Bulletin Board Heroes here at Zach's Traders Cafe for Monday the 25th of September. Starting off with the S&P, which is not looking very pretty at the moment. We had a head and shoulders formation in place, or at least growing since the beginning of June. The right-hand shoulder breaking down here through 43.30, below 43.30. And we're risking a move down to the 200-day moving average as low as 41.90 over the next 2 to 4 weeks, so not looking pretty there at all. The earliest form of revival here would be an end-of-day close back above the floor of that gap there around 43.70, and maybe we get that maybe later this week. Onto the stocks, and obviously these are generally good rising situations, so rather more positive. Alector is the first one here, and unfilled gap to the upside to end last week after a nice hammer candle there around the $6 level. While we're above the 50-day line here, looking for a retest of the August resistance there towards $8.80 by the end of next month, and hopefully a bit sooner than that. Another stock on the front foot at the moment is coming up, and it's Anterix. Here you can see that we had effectively a handbrake turn, breaking back above the 50-day line here around 31.50. Above 31.50, we're looking for a retest of June resistance up there at 36.60 plus. Hopefully we can see that by the end of next month, or even sooner, given the way that the 50-day line is currently rising. We've got a nice setup here for Cellectar, and here V-shaped bull flag after the unfilled gap to the upside, rising 50-day line as well. Above recent neckline resistance, $2.25. We're looking for the shares to progress within a rising trend channel from back in October. Top of that channel currently heading as high as $3.60, and we're expecting that by the end of next month, especially after the double bounce of the RSI above neutral 50. Strange chart coming up next, but hopefully it will do the business in terms of the charting. Here we broke neckline resistance around $12.30. Established new support in the near term over at $14. I'm looking for quite simply a retest of the best levels of the $20 over the next 2 to 4 weeks, hopefully even sooner than that. Interestingly named company coming up next, and decent chart so far as well. Golden Heaven Group, it's hit our first target there at the top of a rising trend channel from back in April. That level was around the $5.20 level, and above $5.20, looking for as much as $8 now at a resistance line projection from back in April. Hopefully we'll see that by the end of next month, and hopefully we won't have any price action back below pre-breakout resistance around the $4.90 level. Stock which is making its second appearance here today, and interesting that it's already been quite a flyer in terms of the technicals. Another stock hitting its target. In this case, we were looking for up to $18.20 on Gin Medical, now above $18.20. We're looking for fresh leg to the upside as high as $25 plus by the end of next month. That's the upper parallel of the post-March resistance line projection. Don't expect to see any price action now back below 16, which is the late support for last week. Nice situation brewing up at Lifezone, and here broken a line of resistance there from back in July. Also broken above, obviously, the old August resistance there around $15.20, above $15.20, looking for the top of that rising trend channel from the summer as high as $23.60 by the end of next month. If you want to follow this stock, it may be worth doing, because at the moment this looks like a decent turnaround. Mirati Therapeutics, bear trap island reversal there back in July to August, and that tends to be one of the strongest setups, because obviously it's caught out both the bulls and the bears. Above a broken resistance line there at $35.30 from back in May. Looking for not only the 200-day moving average just shy of $41.60, but also up to as high as $61 by the end of the year at the top of that broadening triangle from back in March. But the key here, I think, is holding above that $37 area and that broken resistance line from back in May. Moving along to another stock which is rebounding well. It's MEI Pharma. Hit our initial target there at the top of a broadening triangle at $7.20 and looking now for $9 by the end of next month, which is a January resistance line projection. Don't expect to see the shares back below the 50-day line, currently at $6.45. On to the last few. First one is Ohmyhome, which has currently, after obviously a very rocky ride, if you look back, currently got a rising trend channel base, broken through the 50-day line at $2.30. Above that, looking for as high as $5.20 by the end of next month. So let's see if the turnaround there delivers the goods. The situation at the current stock is interesting. ProKidney, in the sense that we are now in deeply oversold territory, RSI down at 16, hoping for at least a rebound back to the old December support there, $5.35. And if we can get through that, then there could be a turnaround for the shares. The last two are pretty sprightly as well at the moment. Virco Manufacturing. Here we had the big unfilled gap to the upside earlier this month. We've got a V-shaped bull flag as well now, and a break of recent resistance around $6.49. Could see the shares up to as high as $7.30 over the next couple of weeks at the top of that rising trend channel from back in November. Finishing off with WeTrade, where it looks as though we've got a decent saucer-shaped base in place. Maybe early days to get too excited, but at the top of that broadening triangle, or the broadening triangle that I'm just about to draw, we've seen a decent push through the 50-day moving average, currently at $9.20. Ideally, the shares will stay above the $12 level, which is basically pre-breakout resistance, to head as high as $28 by the end of the year. If you are conservative, obviously just be looking for a retest or a break of June resistance around the $20 or the low $20 zone. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.